Good evening, my name is Richard, and today we're going to talk about a poem which was written by Pablo Neruda, and the poem is a 17th line, okay, of set of poems that he had when he was here with us. And the title of this poem is I Do Not Love Except I Love You. Okay, my name is Richard Estrella, and I am studying the career of teaching English in the UTPL University. And let's read this poem, which contains many different aspects that we're going to analyze by the strategies that we learned. Okay, with uh, core questions and notice pattern, um, and the other two issues that we're going to talk about. Okay, so let's read the poem. And it says, I do not love you except because I love you. I go from loving to not loving you, from waiting to not waiting for you. My heart moves from cold to fire. I love you only because it's you the one I love. I hate you deeply, and hating you bent to you, and the measure of my changing love for you is that I do not see you but love you blindly. Maybe January light will consume me, my heart with its cruel ray stealing my key to true calm. In this part of the story, I am the one who dies, the only one, and I will die of love because I love you. Because I love you, love in fire and blood. Okay, as you can see, this poem, the first side that we can make about this poem is that it's obviously translated into English. That's the reason why it doesn't have too many rhythm or many phrases that can combine in the meter. But when it was translated, they want to make it exactly how it sounds in Spanish. So we can the first side that we can have about this uh, poem is that it has a darkness part on it. Okay, we can check that the Pablo Neruda was writing about love, about the true love, he says, and it contains maybe a heart of his heart, and we can see a darkness on it, something obscured, okay, something like shadow on it. And the next aspect we're going to check is the pattern here. The pattern that we can see is the contrast that it has in between sadness, melancholy, and the contrast between happiness, maybe, and heartbreak. Okay, because it seems that he is not beloved by his wife. Okay, because the poem was written to his his wife. Um, and then the contrast. Okay, the contrast on this poem is that it contains many confusion on it, pain, if we want to say that, and sadness, and beloved, and despised because he is like ignored by his wife, and he expresses it in this poem, which is very deep in content and the feeling. What we can check here is that he make he feel melancholy, and it's maybe something idyllic, and it also uh, is something like romantic, if we want to tell it, and whimsical. Okay, and then we have as the last part the core questions, who is written by, or who is the narrator, the characters, and the listener. The narrator is obviously Pablo Neruda. The characters is the love, okay, and the listener that is in this part is his wife. And what is this poem about? It's about love. It's about a romantic story, and more about it. We can have more about it in the lines after this poem, okay? And when it was written between 1915 and 1970 in Chile, okay? And why? Because of love and passion for his wife, and maybe for being despised by her. And if I would change the poem, I would write at the end a good end. In this part of the story, I am the one who is going to live, the only one that, and I will live of love because I love you, and because I love you, love in happiness and forever. I would change this poem to this end because I think he's very melancholic, and I don't like this feeling too much. Okay, so thank you for listening this this analysis, and have a nice night. Thank you. Okay. ¿Te olvides de qué?